because to him that would draw him into how he was living. That's how he felt. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hear cats like Smif N Wesson, what really turned me off about them during that time, I didn't like the beats. They put me to sleep. And I thought that a lot of weed heads and dread heads liked them. I couldn't stomach their music. You understand? Because it didn't have that RZA sound quality to it. But now when I'm hearing this album, it's like it's taking me back and giving me everything that I missed. Now that I'm more mature and I can sit and digest it, I appreciate it more. Sort of like when I was younger, I liked the Nas. Now that I'm older, I like Jay-Z better. So this is produced by Ninth Wonder. The album is called The All by Smif N Wesson. They have an intro on there called The Education. That joint is dope. Very important with an album. When you start off an album, it's very essential. That's the make or break deal sometimes. And especially with people who may not be like us, Gov, that has like a real ear for the music or you know, wait till the end of the album and then give our evaluation on it. Some people can't stomach it. The first sound come out, the first intro is a make or break for a lot of people. So that was dope. Then you had the second song called Testify. That was dope. Then Dreamland with Raekwon, and even before Raekwon verse came on, I like, damn, this is something that Raekwon could be on. And boom, the perfect feature. That joint was dope too. They had a joint called Ocean Drive with Music Soul Child. We haven't heard from him in a minute. Well, I haven't. And Rhapsody, which don't get that much shine. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. She had the album of the year, but the real spitters, the real MCs know that Rhapsody is the best MC in the game as far as female. She done featured on a lot of songs that shined on dudes. Like the joint she had featured with J. Cole recently that came out. She had a better verse than J. Cole. So that joint, Ocean Drive with Rhapsody, that's worth checking out. That's my second favorite song on here. That joint is fire. It's dope. Let It Go was pretty dope. Letter for You, song dealing with the lost one, you know, the families that they lost, the mothers, and appreciation of his, you know, their kids and stuff like that. And they shout out a lot to Sean Price on here too. You know, that's their fallen soldier. So a lot of things, a reflection of him on there too. Let's see. Let Me Tell You. And this right here, God, whenever you get a chance, I want you to listen to this joint because Rick Ross on here. And Rick Ross actually shined on Smif N Wesson on their own joint. And the beautiful thing about Rick Ross, yo, I'm going to tell you something. When I heard this joint now, the whole album is like how can I put it? Like a fresh air retro sound. It's like this is New York music. When I want to hear New York hip hop, this is what I want to hear. Not 69 or what's that group? What's that name? ASAP Rock. Don't get it twisted. I like ASAP. I like ASAP Mob. But when I hear this album right here, it took me back how New York rap used to sound, that golden era, and how it should sound to me in my ears. You know? But Rick Ross being on this joint, man, I'm going to tell you something. It reminded me of Biggie, if Biggie never died, yo. How he flowed on this East Coast beat and now shined them on their own beat. Oh, it's refreshing. It's refreshing, man. I'm like, damn. So you ever thought that Biggie couldn't hang in a day's time in music? You feel what I'm saying? This right here solidifies it. Rick Ross shine, don't let me tell you. The All was dope. We Good by Heather Victoria. That was probably my least favorite song on here. Stuff for Law was pretty dope. Illusions and One Time. Only thing that would probably take away from this being a classic in my eyes is what solidifies a classic. Meaning that I can't go back 5 years from now and it takes me back to this time. Because music to me doesn't give me that feel no more. unless you're reflecting on the issues and the times of when you made the music. You understand what I'm saying? And this what this album didn't pull through. I don't even think they was trying to do that. I think they were just trying to make a dope album. They didn't talk about any modern day relevant things, except for the internet. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about skinny jeans, the internet, how rap is made, demasculated black men. You know? They talk about that, but it's nothing where I can go 5 years from now and go back and listen to it and say, oh, this took me back to 2019. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm giving it 3.5 Krows.
3.5.
3.5 Krows. It's worth checking out. Dope bars. The features were stronger than the actual artist, the actual group. Rhapsody Shine had the best verse on the song. Raekwon had the best verse. And Rick Ross had the best verse on the whole album. You know? So it's worth checking out. Dope. It's good. I mean, good to start off 2019 because 2019 was basically really struggling as far as hip-hop. But this is worth checking out. And if you miss East Coast New York rap with a modern day sound to the sense of where it doesn't take away or dilute it, Smif N Wesson The All is worth checking out. So go check that out. Peace.
If you would like to be a guest on the Krows Korner podcast to talk about your music or books or plays or even just the topic of the day, contact us at jimcrowmusic.com. That's JIMKROWMUSIC.com.
You're listening to Krows Korner podcast.
I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong, and it's time for me to eat crow.
Once again, it's your boy Adam L on a Friday night.
Yeah, sick cuz to go.
And boy Waha, once again, I know it sounds like a broken record, but he's not here with us this weekend. Homeboy, you know, get your rest. I know that 9 to 5 could be stressful, you feel me? So to all his fans out there and everybody, you know what I'm saying, who you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wish your boy well and good health. So we in this segment of Eating Krows, you know, and we all know what that is when somebody is a fool and act retarded and does things they shouldn't say or do. And man, let me tell you something. We need to, at the end of the year, we need to have Eating Crow Awards. And there's a whole lot of people eating crows, man. Even from the white lady who said the N-word.
No, the representative.
Yeah, say that when they have vocabulary.
Maryland.
If it ain't in your vocabulary. What's her name again?
There was a name, Lisante or something.
We gotta look it up. But if something is not in your vocabulary, why would you say it?
Just magically appeared.
You know?
She's like Lucky Charms.
And guess what? A lot of black faces showing up. And
Blackface been everywhere.
Yeah, and get this. Even on my job, my supervisor called this black guy a boy, waving a donut in his face. Some things just need to be recorded, right? All right, we're in the segment Eating Krows. And today, Eating Krows, I mean, we had a lot of candidates, man. And it was very hard decision. Even from, it was a restaurant, I forgot what state it was in, where the young man put his testicles in a sauce, secret sauce, and had people eating it. You know, we had a segment about this a while back about restaurants and do we trust going there, you know? And you wonder why on top of what we eat already making us sick and these foods are putting the extra ingredients in it. So today, we go to South Africa. Pastor sued for allegedly resurrection host. Host.
Yeah.
And this is my thing, man. When it comes down to faith, spirituality, and religion, I think that should be taken very seriously and respected, you know? And there's always people in certain faith and religions that give that religion a black eye. And if you don't have the wisdom and knowledge and understanding to know the difference between the idiots in the forefront in faith and religion and the real people who strive and struggle to practice it and believe in the higher power, you know, hey. You know? Hey. But this guy was caught, pastor in South Africa, quote-unquote, resurrecting somebody from their grave. And then when he was investigated and they found out it was a host, I guess charges are being brought up against him. But my thing is he eating crows or the people who believe that he resurrected this individual?
If they believed it. The thing is, it's the same thing as I was saying earlier. People like to eat poison. And they enjoy it. I mean, what better thing than to be told the unbelievable just to believe it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got people around the world that fall victim to this. You had somebody else that was in, South America, talking about that he had to give them a special type of communion that they needed to, you know, go under his robe and drink of the holy semen.
Get out of here.
Right. So these are the games that people, but you're preying on the innocent. You're preying on the ignorance,
the vulnerable.
Basically. You're playing on the ignorance. When you play on the fact that, you know, you give people a little piece, like a little kernel of truth, like I was saying earlier. A little kernel of truth and just throw everything else around it and say, oh, in order for you to be able to do this or anything, you got to jump over all of these hurdles and hoops. And they'll do it. You know what I mean? It's like the same way that they do the animals, you know what I mean? How do you teach dogs trick? Give them food. You know what I mean? Stand on your hind leg. Here you go. All right. And they'll keep doing it because they want another treat. And they pretty much playing you the same way. And that's how they played them folks in South Africa, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, man. And you know, you like you said, they give them a little bit of truth and then they brainwash them. Right. And my thing is like, you know, it's a crying shame because you have some person that really follows the Christian doctrine or follow it. Let's go even deeper. Follow it from a very ancient historical text. You understand? And it makes it hard on them because you have these idiots out here, these Reverend Lovejoys and pop-offs that look at it from a profitable gain.
You're right. It's a show. It's a show. And I would not be surprised. Like, imagine if, like, say, this is the United States of America, and it's about the dollar. You're making that money. And they understand the influence and power. And imagine if the majority religion was Islam here. There would also be imams that would be like these big TV imams that everyone would love and listen to. But you get the little local one, it's like, look, man, this is how it really is because this is how he wrote it to be. It goes like this, it goes like this. Stop following this guy. That guy on TV, he's lying to you. But the people gonna flock to him because he look good. He got the better clothes. Look at his car. He must be blessed. But he's not blessed. He's just tricking you. The blessing that he got is that's out of your pocket. That's why the old lady's eating dog food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. They'll play the game. It don't matter whatever you subscribe to. It doesn't matter. If you said that you believed in, if you were an animist, then they would all come to you in the name of animism.